Unite the Right has a new chapter in Norman. They may be bigots, violent, unambiguous fascists bent on armed insurrection, but what does that really mean for the average Norman voter? Well, that's what we're here to find out tonight, and we're asking you for your 2 cents. All that and more tonight on Norman News Now. Okay, our first caller is from Ward 5. Who's on the line?
My name is Elmore Dowdy, proud citizen of Norman, Oklahoma. I wanted to call in and voice my disapproval for the current mayorwoman.
All right, and what's got you so hot and bothered about the new mayorwoman?
She's forced us to wear masks, and she's closed down my Waffle House for almost a solid 35 days.
And how long have you been with this Unite Norman group?
Hell, back when it was called the Branch Normanians, and everyone had shiny white sneakers. Back when our Grand Wizard was a council member, telling it like it is.
I remember those days. Well, I guess cleaning up after all the cross burnings, your sneakers probably aren't so shiny and white as they used to be, but your members, they certainly still are, so thanks for the call. Our next caller is from Ward 8. Tell us who you are and what is your favorite animal?
Hi, this is Barry Clarksdale. I just want to say that you cannot let that female-dominated city council replace our boys in brown shirts with a bunch of Marxists teaching our children to leave the church, burn Bibles, and use latex condoms. Our brown shirt boys are out there risking their life and reputation to protect our children from the socialist indoctrination by all those school counselors and their double majors and things of that nature.
I'm not sure I understand you, Mr. Clarksdale.
Well, hell, all you gotta do is open your eyes. I mean, it's all around us.
What's all around us, Mr. Clarksdale?
Oh, well, I guess you've been living under a rock. Because just the other day, I saw this video on YouTube. A professor from one of them liberal arts colleges teaching class in a gall-darned leotard. And those pants leave absolutely nothing to the imagination.
Okay, well, maybe it was just a ballet class or something, and, why is that such a problem for you? I mean, that's, they use that to...
Well, isn't it obvious? The white heterosexual male is an endangered species. This ain't just some old Richard Simmons sweat to the oldies propaganda.
Okay, sure, but, I mean, you do understand that,
Gays got their own clubs, their own exotic animal parks, they got their own cabins, they got their own good fishing spots out there at the lake that nobody else knows about, and back in the bushes, they're checking each other for ticks. Just keep it out of my face.
Well, I would suggest that you call the Fish and Wildlife Service about that, but I'm pretty sure nobody there is certified to advise you about your, confusing erections, and I mean, Lyme disease, who wants that?
They want everything. You know about the rainbow flags, don't you?
Well, I guess Walmart has them.
What's next? It's the visible light spectrum. Think about it. If they control the visible light spectrum, they can make you see things when they aren't really there.
Things aren't really there. Kind of like Antifa.
Exactly like
right?
That. Wait. No, the Antifas are real. That's real. That's the Chinaman virus.
Somebody probably just bought a flag off of Amazon. I mean, my God. Come on.
Indoctrinating my kids. Stop laughing. There's nothing funny about this. You better quit making fun of me.
Oh, yeah, or what? What are you going to do?
I'll tell you what. Once this visible light spectrum is... Then...
Alright, sounds like Barry might be needing a ventilator here shortly, so maybe somebody should go check on him. Let's go ahead and get on to the next caller. Ward 1, hello.
Hello, yes, this is Eunice Gentry calling. Am I on the radio?
Yes, Miss Gentry, we are live. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your family's history here in Norman's inclusive community?
My family's been in Norman forever. You see, we first lived over off of Lindsay Street, and then when Daddy got his promotion at the rail yard, we moved over closer to the highway.
Yeah. Okay, and well, that's certainly quite a history you have.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, we've been in Nerman quite a while. And then when I
Yes.
married my husband Thomas, we had a place a little closer to the college.
I'm sure that's a fine heritage you can be proud of, so I guess that means you've seen a lot of changes in town over the years.
Well, at least we've kept most of the motels American-owned, and that's only because my husband was on the city council for a good 15 years. I've definitely seen changes in my time, but hopefully my son will run for mayor again and finally put a stop to all of that.
So your son plans to run for mayor and continue your family legacy.
Oh, yes, he's such a fine young boy. Do you know when he's coming to take me to supper? He's usually here by now.
No, I don't know anything about that, but one last thing, I actually forgot to mention that there's a small fee for participating in our little phone survey here today, so I'm going to need to transfer you over to our operators, and you're going to need to have your credit card number ready to complete the transaction. Can you do that for me?
Oh, certainly, young man. It's in my billfold here somewhere.
Okay. Thanks a million, Ms. Gentry. Next caller. Okay, we have former Ward 6 council member Robert Volkager on the line. Go ahead, Robert.
Yes. I just wanted to remind everybody that the Chinaman virus is a globalist hoax perpetrated by the Illuminati. It's all part of the Agenda 21. Now, what does our city council and our mayor intend to do about it?
Well, if you could, just wait just 1 minute, Mr. Volkager. I'll try to get some answers for you on that. And if you could stay on the line.
Sure.
And
No problem.
I think I've got a button or an app around here for this somewhere. And okay, well, who else do we have on the line? Mr. Dick Balding from Ward 5. Go ahead, Dick. What's on your mind?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
What?
Since when does Mayor Bria Clark get to dictate what kind of syrup I get to put on my pancake breakfast? That citywide ban on Aunt Jemima, that was all her doing.
Okay.
Climbing up them flagpoles, and now you listen here. Those are my constitutional rights.
Say, it sounds like somebody's been spending a little too much time around the paint thinner, but forget about it. Next caller.
Wait a goddamn minute. I ain't finished yet.
Well, actually, I think you are finished, but then again, you won't really know the answer to that until you've asked your wife.
What'd you say to me, you son of a bitch? I'll come right down there and whoop your ass right now. Well, shit. Goddamn it, Sue Ann. You see what you made me do? You made me spill my beer again. Now go get some paper towels and wipe this mess up.
All right. Oh, God. Okay, next caller, Ward 6, Dane Claudson. Tell us about your mother.
What these women don't realize is that it's not just their souls on loan from the Almighty God, and that precious little baby you deny life could have grown up to become a great military leader in the army of the Lord.
Okay, and what does this have to do with the recall? We've already been hearing plenty of this from you, Mr. Claudson, and
Freedom of speech! Freedom of
well,
speech!
freedom of speech, what about it? It's my show.
The government on the TV is going to sit there and tell me I don't have the right to express my Christian beliefs. White heterosexual males like me are persecuted because of our masculinity and our patriotic dedication to Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't get the sense that your persecuted masculinity is the real problem here, but I'm guessing you are in favor of the recall?
Well, my heavens, yes! Just look at those tacky outfits those women wear at them meetings. You know, that's reason enough for a recall right there, those tacky outfits. And that mayor, she can't even match her lipstick shade to those red hip-hugging dresses she wears. If that were my daughter, I'd just die of embarrassment.
Okie dokie. All right, who's next? Yes, it's Chip Carlton, our man at the chamber. Hey there, Chip. I've been meaning to have you out for a round of golf.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh?
Look, the city's got to do something about this golf course. We need to really shoot for the moon right now and use the pandemic to our advantage.
I see, and how do you propose that we do that?
If we could get our hands on some of those new self-driving golf carts, that would do the trick. Few of these babies, and we'd all be back in business in no time.
Is that a thing? Self-driving golf carts?
We could even host the PGA Tour right here in Norman.
Okay, PGA Tour. Sounds like a plan, Chip. Next caller. I see it's none other than Daisy Logsdaughter from the Upside Down Ward. Tell us what it's like being the first lady of the largest homeowners association in the city of Norman. Those catty bitches must be so jealous of you.
I'm so done with you and all those Beagles! I will cut a bitch's throat, do you understand me?
Not understanding what the issue is and what you're calling about. Okay?
I don't know!
Well, how did you even get this number?
I don't know!
Well, do you even watch the show?
I don't know!
Well, why do you keep calling?
Fuck you, asshole!
Well, fuck you. Okay, I believe we have time for one more call. Next up is a caller from Ward 3. It's Bruiser Hamey. Who are you, and what do you have to say for yourself?
Number one, it happens to be the case that I am president of the Antiquing of Norman United Society. And I just want to set the record straight here.
Yes, of course.
Having brunch and going antiquing with your buddies from the gun range, that's not really a gay thing at all. There's a lot of collectibles of high value with significant historical importance to the white race, and many of these are all available at our local antique shops.
Is this the same kind of memorabilia you might find at the biannual gun shows at the fairgrounds, if I'm understanding you correctly?
You can call them antiques or whatever, but that doesn't mean it's affiliated with a degenerate culture and homosexual agenda. I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Well, it sounds like you're quite the intellectual leader of this very impressive grassroots movement, so...
And I have to say that, I do part company with my friend Dane Claudson about some of the mayor's fashion choices, but I'm not the fashion police and I don't pretend to be.
Right. And in any event, if you are going to fuck the police, you just don't do it raw. You could wind up with a nasty infection, so... I'd recommend that you don't fuck the police, ever.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Yourself.
Were you referring to tops or bottoms?
Never mind.
Hey Casey,
Yes, Siri, what can I help you with today?
play something good for me.
Oh, sure. Well, I'd be happy to.
That motherfucker's not joking.